Hey, welcome to Common Comic Covers, a podcast for non-key comics. I am Jeremy.
And I'm Andy, the person who causes Jeremy to laugh by just looking at me. So.
This is going to be a good episode. Hey, we have a long episode on purpose. We're in between our last episode and this episode. Free Comic Book Day has happened, and so we have some things that we want to share. I'm going to share some of the free comic books I got. Andy's shop not only had free comic books, but had some discounts. And then Andy's got some CGC show-offs for us. But we're going to start off with our common covers. You ready? I mean, I'm just cutting through chit-chat. We're going right to it, Andy. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's do it. We got a jam-packed full episode today. So let me start. This is X-Men 75. The cover is by Paul Smith, and I love this cover. And I think there's so much detail in it. But you have Dark Phoenix creating a claw, attacking Colossus. You have Wolverine. You have Shadowcat and Lockheed, I think.
And it's quite a few. There's quite a cast on the cover there.
Yeah, it's great. I love that. And Cyclops, Rogue. Yeah, it's the 20th anniversary issue.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Paul Smith.
Paul Smith.
Okay.
And Paul Smith does most of the interior pencils, but John Romita Jr. does like the last 8 pages. But I didn't know who Paul Smith was, but I think I really like him. He doesn't draw Jean Grey very well, in my opinion, in the interior, but it's pretty cool. Yeah. And it's not,
it's busy. It's a very busy cover. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah. It's a lot going on. What's your cover?
Yeah. Mine is it's one of my favorites. I bought this a while ago at a vintage toy store, had a box of comic books, and they had this sitting in there, and I just thought, well, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
This is Superboy 159.
Oh,
the day it rained Superboys.
Oh my gosh. It's raining boys?
It's raining Superboys. It's raining. Oh my goodness. This is a Neil Adams cover. And what's cool about this is on the interior, the inks are done by Mr. Wally Wood.
So
that's kind of cool. And then in the back, there's a quarter page or third page on Wally Wood. That's kind of a throw in. So cool book, cool. Obviously, I bought it because it's Neil Adams, but I just thought it was a cool cover. It's weird. It's just a bunch of Superboys raining down.
Yeah, I've never seen that cover before. That's really neat.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, you and I are different. Although this is pretty busy, but it's still very simplistic. You have a single color background, and then you have 3 people at the bottom, and then just Superboy raining down. I don't know. I just like how the very biggest image is just waist down. I don't know. They're just kind of, it's off center, but there's a good balance, and I don't know. The little shadows of Superboy I think are cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my common cover. Kind of a fun book from 1969.
Yeah.
Neil Adams in his prime. Cool. Okay. Free Comic Book Day. How about I share? You want me to go first? I'll share what I got for free. So if you went to Free Comic Book Day, you've probably seen these, but look at, I got a haul.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
And I only went to 2 places. I didn't go all over town just to keep getting them. So I'll go fast. A few that I've already read and enjoyed. The Cursed Library Prelude from Archie. Fun book.
Yeah, look at those legs and
stop. There you go. Mad Magazine. This was great.
Look at the chest on that guy.
I read that one. It's fun. A bunch of reprints. I love a good parody, and so a bunch of DC comic parodies in there. Keeping going here. Looking forward to this one. Read about half of it, and I was getting sleepy, so I'll try it again. Nothing against the book. I was just tired. Ultra Duck. I think this is the first appearance of Ultra Duck.
Is that a takeoff on Spawn's insignia, I think.
It looks like it. Yeah, it's Arcana. There's a lot of first appearance books. It's kind of weird. It was like a very. Some of them already like have a value on key collectors.
No,
but a pre-code horror comic books reprinted from Atlas Comics. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
kind of a EC cover parody. Tons of Strange. That'll be great. Every year, almost there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. That's fun.
Oh, that's a cool one.
I think there's a first appearance in here as well. This was kind of cool. Johnny Quest. Why not? Is this that's one that's Alex Ross. I don't know. Either way, David Bowie's on the cover of this one.
Oh boy.
It's Blood Hunt #1. I think that's Reed Richards, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's Ziggy Stardust right there.
Oh boy. He's got a little bit of that there. Yeah.
Got some first appearances of this in Young Jedi Adventures, some little Star Wars. This one was a big deal. There's a ton of them though. Absolute Power. There's some variants, and this was the only one they had. I don't know. It's supposed to be the crossover of the summer. Whatever. It was free.
Okay.
Energen is a Transformers.
Energon Universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Megatron. He's
First appearance of the Joker's dog. So hold on to this one, kids.
Oh boy.
Barkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Spidey and Friends. That's going to be a
those are fun.
Yep, those are fun. And we got Spider-Man Ultimate Universe. Fun.
Cool.
And then I grabbed Hellboy. This is a reprinting of the first Hellboy story. And then I think a retelling of something in the Stranger Things. I don't know. So anyway, I think I've gone to Free Comic Book Day now for quite a few years in a row, and I'm pretty impressed with the haul or the books that came out this round.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I got all the ones I wanted to grab. But I'm looking forward to digging in. The ones I've already read have been fun. The Mad Magazine and the Curse Library were awesome. And then the Atlas, the old pre-code stuff. But you got some of those, but you also your shop was on the sale. That's sweet.
Yeah.
So what'd you get?
So I didn't see, like, I went later in the day. Like I went between 2:30 to 3-ish is when I had my time that I could go. And I think they're out of a lot of books. But
I'll sell any of those to you. I did actually accidentally grab 2 Barkham Asylums.
I'm okay. I don't think I need yes, you could put it in the stack of books for me, and I'll give it to my daughter.
Yeah, no, it'll be in the stack that I have. I'm curating for you.
Yeah.
Including the one I owe you.
That's right. We went, but I did.
What'd you get? This was your comics, jewels and gems, or coins? More coins and comics.
Kirkland, Bell Kirk Comics and Coins. Yeah. So I got a lot of Archie comic books. So nice. I got Archie's Pals and Gals. And then I got Betty and Veronica. And I got Betty and Veronica. And they were all half price. And these are all like $3 or $6 a piece.
That's awesome. Those are great.
Yeah, and they're all Dan DeCarlo covers.
Yeah.
Which is what I was
80s?
70s? Yes, like 1980 to like early 80s, 81, I think. This is issue 300 of Betty and Veronica.
That's a cool one.
And then I got Archie's Pals and Gals. This one too. This is a real scandalous cover. Archie's being kissed by another woman. And this is just like, I had a very short window of time that I could be at the comic book store.
So you just got stuck in the Archie box and just went for it.
Well, I real quickly did the Archie box, and it was right above the magazines they have. So these are magazines. And this is a title that I had when I was a kid.
used to have that.
some cartoons.
Yep.
Yeah, so these are from the 70s, so 78 and 79 annuals or whatever. They were $6 a piece, so it cost me $6 for both of them. And that's what I got. I did it real quick. I was in the middle of looking at the magazines when my daughter was like, "Daddy, we need to go." I'm like, "Okay." We showed up 15 minutes early to the party, so I did not manage my time correctly. I should have been late, but it was like my daughter's good friend, and they just don't see each other very often. So, yeah. And what do you have, Jeremy? Those were my purchases of Free Comic Book Day, and it only cost me $42 or something like that. Plus, she got a bunch of My Little Pony comic books, which are kind of expensive, but half price. So,
yeah. So I was able to pick up a couple of books that I've heard about. I've heard a couple of other podcasts talking about this, and I thought, oh, I'm going to grab them. They weren't on sale; they're just regular on the stands. But I bought Feral #1, cover B is all they had left. And then I got Feral #2. And this, I don't want to give a spoiler, but it's the same person that wrote Stray Dogs, which was a great series. But Feral starts with some cats that get accidentally released in the wild, but then they're surrounded by rabid animals. So it's a little definitely had a little bit of a Walking Dead. That sounds like a good coffee shop. Walking Dead vibe where you're trying to like not get bit, and these rabid animals are after you. There's obviously much more to the story there. I don't give it away though, but I'll say after the first 2 issues, I am excited for issue #3.
Okay. And I never read all of Stray Dogs. I read the first one. I got it Free Comic Book Day of the first one. And I was like, this is pretty grim. I think I don't need to read these.
Yeah, these are probably grim. Yep,
yeah,
it's probably grim, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't mind a good grim. It wasn't bad. It wasn't Walking Dead grim.
Okay. The Feral.
Yeah, Feral.
Okay. That's cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's worth checking out. At least the first 2 I thought were pretty good.
Okay. And you paid cover price though? You didn't pay over cover price?
No, I paid cover price.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, second printing's already out for #1, but they still had a first printing of cover B.
Okay.
So I went with it.
All right. Well, let me show you some of the books I got back from CGC. It was I had a great experience with it. I did have 2 mishaps, but I'll show you these first, or show you the mishaps first. So this is a gorgeous Web of Spider-Man annual #1, Charles Vest cover. Just fantastic. I love this book. It's such a cool cover. And it is one of only 3 9.8s on the CGC census.
And it's a Canadian price variant, right?
Canadian price variant.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's a newsstand edition, and it's a Canadian price variant. Just a little, because apparently during this time they had Canadian direct as well. So there was direct Canada. So it's like a very minuscule number of these exist. But this has a crack. It came with a crack in the case. It's really hard to see. I didn't notice it was cracked for a while. As in like the first time I looked at it, I didn't think it was cracked. But this one's a different story. This one's just busted up. This was at the end of the pile. But this is Uncanny X-Men 188, excuse me. And it's one of only 8 9.8s. So
it's and another Canadian price variant.
Canadian price variants. Yeah, these are all Canadian price variants. And then I got, this is a super cool one. The first appearance of Nightwing. And this is a 9.6. There is a lot of these for a Canadian price variant. There's 19 higher than this one. So it's a 9.6. And I think it's a true 9.6. I don't think there's anything I can do to improve it.
That's on my one of the books I want list.
Oh, yeah.
That's a cool book.
I have a regular edition too. So we can talk. And there's 43 9.6s on the census. So there is a lot of this out there. And this is a cool cover, I thought. This is Spectacular Spider-Man number 107. The Canadian price variant. It is one of only 6 9.8s that exist. And this is, I don't like this cover actually. This is Wolverine with a kid.
Is that
it's the Power Pack.
Power Pack? Oh, it's horrible.
I never got into them. Uncanny X-Men 195. It's one of only 5 9.8s.
Wow, that's
highest graded.
That's quite the haul. Yeah. Oh, you're still going.
Oh yeah. This is the Tales. This is the one before Nightwing. Really cool. And this is one of only 3.
Is that
9.8s?
George Perez?
Yeah, these are all. Yeah, George Perez cover, I assume. Yeah, George Perez cover, sure. And then this is a lowly 9.6. So Web of Spider-Man number 4. I love this cover. Doc Ock just punching it. And it's a 9.6, but this is the highest graded on Census. There are 2. This is the one of 2 9.6s. There are no other no 9.8s of this book exist.
Wow. Well, I imagine that white is hard to keep nice.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's 9.8. So I might try again. So I might do a little. I don't see. I was looking at it earlier and I was like, I think this is, but it's like the highest graded. So it's like, oh, okay. So this is X-Men.
Who knows the ways of the CGC?
Yeah. This is X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 191, and it is one of only 2.
Wow. Is the Vision like ripping out his heart?
The Vision is, he can go through things or be as heavy as he wants, and he's going through Colossus there. So I don't know. But this is the first appearance of Nimrod. So this is actually, I think Nimrod's a really cool key character. I think I've settled on the price for this one being $400. Being one of only 2 with a key first appearance. The other one has sold previously it sold for $290 3 years ago or so.
Okay.
So we'll see. This is West Coast Avengers number 4. Canadian price variant. This is a 9.6, but it's the single highest grade on the Census. There is a 9.0, an 8.5, and a 7.5 on the Census. There's only 4 of them.
You're seeing history here, folks.
No. And then I got one more left. And this one's even more of a ghost. In fact, a friend of our show has expressed interest in that book and this book. And I think if you can know why, there was only 4 on the Census of this one. This is Green Lantern Corp Annual 2. And it is one of 1. There are no other ones on the Census at all.
So
it is a
9.8 Canadian price variant.
Yes.
Wow, that
the only Canadian price variant on the Census. And I don't know how to price it.
It's priceless.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if there was, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
but it's a neat. So that was my. That's
quite the haul.
Yeah, and some of like this, that last one, the annual Green Lantern annual. Like, man, I just sit on it because I don't know how to price it.
So two were cracked that you have to send back in.
Yeah, and then I have 4 that I think were 9.6s that I think are 9.8s. So I'm gonna send those back in.
Okay, and then those are going up for sale.
Yeah, so most of these are going up for sale. All of these are going up for sale, except for possibly
holding on to the Green Lantern.
Maybe that one, because I don't know what to do with it
until you figure out a price for it.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I don't know what to do with it because
You can spend a few $1,000s and get a table at San Diego Comic-Con.
That's right. I don't think I can. Oh, and let me read you what's in.
I don't think it's that
involved.
easy even.
Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah, a few grand to break even. I'd have. Let me read you this. So it's the first appearance of Quill, Sodom Yacht, and Ranks, the Sentient City. Introduction of the prophecy of the Blackest Night, which I think is the biggest thing. That Blackest Night was a huge thing, and it was introduced in 1986.
Oh wow! And it didn't
in this comic book.
I don't think the Blackest Night came out until like 2015, 2014, something like that.
Yeah, no, it was like Jeff Johns just like pulled from there, or what? I don't know where else it was at.
That's cool.
Yeah, so this is a really cool comic book. Actually, I didn't know those things when I sent it. I was like, "This looks like it's a nice shaped book. I'll send it in." But
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope. Yeah. So.
Well, I think we went through darn near 20 comic books tonight.
Oh, no, way more than that.
Way more than that.
Yeah.
I didn't count.
Well, I had 10 plus all my Archies and.
Oh yeah, you had a bunch of Archies.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we entertained you, at least everyone tonight. We looked at our common covers. Andy had a cool X-Men from Paul Smith. I showed you it's Raining Men of Superboys by Neil Adams. We showed you some of our finds. I showed you a stack of free comic books from Free Comic Book Day. Andy showed you some Archies that he got at 50% off. Yeah. And looked at Feral, the new series out that I think is a good read for everybody. And then Andy oohed and awed us with his big dog and pony show tonight of some CGC Canadian price variants. So that was fun. That was a lot. But I think we did a good job. We paced it pretty well.
I hope so. Yeah. And as Ringo Starr says, peace and love. Peace and love.